how to do the business. Learn the ins and the outs of the fucked up industry we call radio. You know, it's a crapshoot and a half. But once you get there, once you actually start making friends and people that actually do want to sponsor you, then you know that you've made it. And here at the McDonald Production Empire, we really appreciate everyone who's signed up, everybody who's on the follower list. You know, if you want to hit us up, email us, McDonaldProductions.org, or you can hit us up at the AndyMacShow@gmail.com. Either way, if you want to see what we're doing, you can go to the Facebook fan page, The Andy Mac Show, and check us out. Or you can just check us out at McDonaldProductions.org. Usually there's a fresh show at the bottom, always streaming. We're constantly into new shit, new stuff. We're always trying to put somebody on. Like Jay Bryant, we're getting stuff going, rolling with him. Production actually is getting ready to start with his pictures. And, just a great time to be alive, let me tell you. So, anyway, we're gonna dip back into what we've been doing here and get the tunes rolling again. And we'll be back on the Andy Mac Show with Andy Mac in the house. No. We're live back with Andy Mack at Andy Mack Studios. And, we're just sitting here talking, debating about good sponsors, good times, not whack-ass shit, as most people would have you believe. There's been a lot of stuff going on down here. The fire station, we don't give a shit about that. I was going to do that as a show, and then I wound up just totally, taking the shit right off because I can't stand talking about other people's garbage. Let's see, what else? What else was there a lack thereof? Old school topics. Yeah, we'll get into that. New music. Yeah, that's great. Radio World. Yeah, let's talk about that. That was the next show. That was supposed to be show 4. We were talking about the radio world and exactly how much garbage actually went into it. There is so much shit that goes into radio. Like, when I first got into it, it was like kind of like just a basic setup and all this other shit. When I actually got into it and spent like $100,000 on my setup, like, Jesus. Like, I couldn't even believe, you know what I mean? Like, and keep in mind, like, I'm self-made. I put everything into this. I just started doing sponsors recently because remember with like the last few shows I was sitting there talking about how expensive this shit was, and it really is. It's like as soon as I started saying something about it, opened up my mouth, the cat was out of the bag, and then you had like 100 motherfuckers line up around the block, which I appreciate. I really do. I really, really do. It's not like I don't appreciate having sponsors. It's just the fact that I pick and choose which sponsors I have. I don't believe in fucking people that sit there and try and tell me every other goddamn time, all this and all that. They want to have control over content. Man, fuck you. You're not going to do shit. If you don't have anything to do with what I'm trying to preach on this fucking show, you ain't got no business trying to fucking sponsor me. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't work out like that. And then you got the other handful of people who are like, oh, yeah, man, well, you sound a whole lot better, from the old days. I'm like, man, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then they were like, oh, you used to say, you know what I'm saying so much. And it's like, once you start getting rolling, you're talking shit, you're spitting shit. You don't want to sit there and, like, cut back, Cut back to the form. And then they're like, oh, well, you said you know a lot. Well, who fucking doesn't? You're really talking about something, really getting into the meat and potatoes about a subject or a situation. You really want to get into it, like, saying what you're saying. Speaking with your heart. Anyway, I am sponsoring a national contest. I am going, I've already gone global, but I'm sponsoring a national contest. I want to see who can go and try to send in, to be one of my next produced shows. I will work with that talent to name it, and I kind of want to kick back, as this show gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I want to start producing another show from a person or someone, guy or girl, doesn't matter, that really didn't have a chance in the beginning, and I really want to do the same thing that was done with me for another person, pay it forward. So if you're out there and you're listening and you want a shot at radio and you think you got the balls to get on here and actually give it what you really think is going to happen and really put your heart and soul into it and not bullshit, then let me know. Because I've had a lot of talent drop in the toilet lately, and it really would be nice to have some fresh talent around here. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to get back into the hits. Yeah, right, the hits. I go into songs that nobody fucking plays. Who the fuck wants to play any of this shit? Really? I mean, seriously. But that's what we're going to do here on the Andy Mac Show. We're going to play the last song, which is like a couple of minutes, cut back in, and then we're done with the rest of this podcast. So, anyway, here is the last little snippet of the last song by BD Lenz. We're going to squeeze this in, and then we're going to say adieu on the Andy Mac Show with Andy Mac. Love you guys. Really do. Keep listening. Keep listening. That's right. Keep listening. Show. Yeah. Here we are on the Andy Mac Show with Andy Mac and Mr. Rogers and Cookie Monster and Count Dracula. I'm on the couch, I'm money. That's how we roll on the Andy Mac Show. Yeah, that's how we do it. Like I said, that's about all we have for that. And we got about another 40 seconds of airtime. Just want to give a big shout out to everybody. Love you guys. Keep working hard at radio. You will break through. And we love you here at the Andy Mac Studios here in Key West. We love you. We love you. Everyone, keep listening to the Andy Mac Show. It will keep on getting more and more irate, I promise you, as the rest of this season picks up. As we go into show 4, show 5, and show 6, it'll just get really, really nasty. Which is what we want to do around here. We want to keep it vulgar. And that's why the damn critics hate me. That's why everybody hates me. Hell, the only person that even likes me, really, is the Stern camp. The rest of those crazy